Hello and welcome to our Monday live community chat and broadcast. Today we will be talking about autophagy or autophagy, however it is you decide to pronounce it. And I'm going to share with you 5 everyday things that you can incorporate into your life to help prepare your body for states of autophagy. So we are going to approach today's conversation from the mindset aspect of what we're doing in this lifestyle and what we're trying to create for ourselves. And I'm going to really purposely stay away from the scientific aspects. You can Google search autophagy, so you can do a little bit of deeper research maybe if you need to about what autophagy is. I'm going to briefly describe it or just define it for you. But what I want to talk about is why it is we often have the scientific data available to us on some lifestyle things that we can do, yet we still are not applying those things to our life. So we're going to talk about this from the mindset approach of how we can prepare or practice for deeper states of healing or of autophagy in case we need it. So welcome. If you are new to our community, my name is Diane. I'm the creator of the online course and community, Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. If you are in our June course, congratulations, you are in your first week. I'm super excited for you. I'm loving all the interaction we have going on in our community. If you are ever interested in joining our course, our next one will be in August, and in the description box on YouTube and Facebook there is a link to join our wait list for our next course. We will not be having a course in July. So let's get started. Autophagy is simply our body's built-in recycling program. So it's our body's way of healing itself by ridding itself of trash or damage and recirculating or recycling new cells and DNA. That's like as simple as you can define autophagy. And I like to keep it simple because I want us to see and feel and understand and be able to implement these very 5 simple things that we can do on an everyday basis with time and consistency that I like to call practicing for deeper states of autophagy. So if we know autophagy is where our body heals and where our body recycles out waste and repurposes new and healthy cells, then why is it that we aren't practicing very simple things that we could do every day to keep our body in the best stages of recycling or the best stages of self-repair? And so what I want to talk about are the 5 things that I feel we can do and practice on a daily basis that will make sure our body is always in that state of even base level self-repair and will allow us to create a mindset that we can go deeper if we ever have to. You know, I always talk about the fact that I practice intermittent fasting and a keto-like approach to the way I live as a means to keep that information in my hip pocket. In the event that I'm ever told that I need to put myself in a life-saving type of atmosphere, if I ever get told I get cancer or I'm really starting to suffer from Alzheimer's type of situations with my brain and some of the things that a lot of us women are suffering as we go through this aging process, I want to be able to pull out what I already know because I've already practiced it. And that is really what I want us to think about in today's discussion. So very quickly, the 5 things that I feel like we should be practicing every day to prepare ourselves for deeper states of self-healing and autophagy are: 1, fasting long; 2, feasting well; 3, training smart; 4, sleeping consistently; 5, a mindset shift. So let's talk about those 5 things a little bit deeper. Fasting long. We need to fast long enough to see and feel results. So if you are practicing protocols with intermittent fasting and you're not seeing and feeling the results that you think you should be getting, you're simply not fasting long enough. We know that when we start to go through this aging process, and because of years of things that we have done to our body starts to have metabolic breakdown, which is why a lot of us have insulin resistance, pre-diabetic states, cognitive decline, inability to lose weight, inability to lose body fat. And that has happened to us slowly over time as our body has built up reserves and allowed our cells to just become so backed up that we are not able to process what we're putting in as new nutrients in a way that is efficient and effective for our body. So fasting long enough for your body to see and feel results will be an indicator to you that you are actually putting your body into a self-healing state. Now, there are those people out there, and you're going to see them in the comment section if you come back and review this video, that say that you have to do water fasting and you have to do several days of fasting to get yourself into states of autophagy. Yes and no. Yes, if you are being monitored by a medical professional or you're having your blood tested when you're fasting, we know that about 3 days of pure water fasting is when our body gets into the deepest stages of autophagy. But let's say with time and consistency and putting your body into a fasted state on a daily basis, however you decide you want to do that with the protocol that you choose to see and feel those results, what if we can control our blood glucose and produce ketones even in the most moderate ways? Could we call that practice? Could we call intermittent fasting on a daily basis with time and consistency practice for deeper stages of autophagy or deeper stages of healing if we are in fact controlling our blood glucose and able to produce ketones? So I want you to think about that and how you can start incorporating intermittent fasting as a means to practice for autophagy. Number 2, feasting well. We already know that a keto-like approach to our nutritional choices puts us in a very advantageous situation, especially when we're practicing intermittent fasting. Again, because we are controlling what's happening chemically in our body, keeping our glucose low and preparing our body in an environment to produce ketones. So, keto-like approach, what does that mean? High naturally occurring fats, moderate to low protein, and very conscious carbohydrates. So making sure that our carbohydrates are of the non-processed source and mostly vegetables. We also know that we are over-proteining ourselves, and one of the easiest way to prepare your body for autophagy is to reduce the amount of protein we are consuming. So making sure that you're not proteining your body is one of the best ways to practice for deeper stages of autophagy as well. Training smart. If you have taken my F3 course, the Fasting, Feasting, Fitness, we call that the Trifecta to Aging Successfully, I teach you inside that course why it's important to understand what your target heart rates are, what your max heart rate is, and why it is important for us to consistently create a fitness lifestyle for ourselves moving forward to prepare our bodies for what's lying ahead for us as we go through this aging process. We also know through some scientific data that about 50% of your max heart rate in a training type of zone is enough of an exercise bout for you to reduce the inflammation in your brain and actually help your brain repair its own anatomy. So, fitness. Training smart, training for our tomorrows to make sure that we can not only stay mobilized, but we're actually doing the things to create a healthy environment in our body internally and create the external results that we are hoping for by just keeping our body moving. Number 4 is sleeping consistently. And when I say consistently, what I mean is understanding what your body's sleeping requirements are. Everyone's body is different as far as what they need to refresh themselves and make sure that they are staying within their own circadian rhythms. So do some testing, track your sleeping, and see where you are your best with the sleeping pattern that you're developing for yourself and making sure that we have a consistent sleep-wake schedule. You want to make sure that you have the ability to track deep sleep if at all possible. I do that just simply by wearing my my Apple Watch in airplane mode when I sleep, and that tracks how consistently I'm getting the amount of hours that I need to sleep, as well as the deep sleep that I'm getting in my routine as well. And one of those things that I think fascinating about monitoring your sleep is knowing that what you're doing in your feasting window is gravely affecting what you're doing in your sleeping sessions as well, and it will help you create a more streamlined feasting well atmosphere for yourself based on how it is affecting your sleep rate. And then the fifth thing we want to do is make sure that we have a healthy mindset, and that the mindset that we are creating for ourselves is preparing ourselves for our future. Do you have the ability to practice these 5 things on a consistent basis, just in case you have to prepare yourself for deeper levels of healing? I know for me, I am constantly working on preparing my body metabolically as well as cellularly to make sure that if there's anything going on in my body that's breaking down or that it's damaged, I repeat these 5 steps. I practice these 5 things consistently so that if I ever have to show up for game day, or if there's ever a race that I need to participate in, I am trained and I am ready to show up to win the race. So for those of you who are like maybe unsure if you're reaching levels of autophagy, some things that I want you to consider. Unless you are actually being monitored in a clinical type of setting where your blood is being tested and monitored, there's really no way to know if we are actually in clinical states of autophagy. But what if we've practiced these 5 things on a very consistent basis over long periods of time? So we just fast on a daily basis for however many hours your body can fast due to your maybe social schedule or your lifestyle, and you do it in preparation. What if we create a feasting environment for ourselves with as many nutrient-dense choices as we can get our hands on, and we do our best to make sure that we are maintaining low glucose levels and have an opportunity for our body to actually produce ketones? What if every single day you just moved your body? You moved your body just enough to prepare yourself for movement in your future and to increase your heart rate enough to let your body enter in those self-healing stages, most importantly, our brain. What if we really practice sleeping on a consistent basis and we made sleep a priority so that every day we woke up rested and ready to face our day? And what if we did a little bit of work on what's going on here and giving ourselves a positive outlook, knowing that we are making very conscious choices to age successfully? Remember, we're aging regardless. How we choose to age is based on how we decide we want to live our lives moving forward. And every day is a new opportunity to put yourself in a state of practice autophagy, meaning that if you prepare your body for that worst case scenario where you have to go into deep healing stages, are you going to be ready for game day? And I live my life making sure that I'm making the choices so that I'm ready for game day, and I hope you are doing the same. I am going to take today's video and I'm going to make a blog post out of it, and I'm going to reference some sites that I did some research for myself, so that if you want to do some more scientific type of research, those links will be available for you. If you're on my email list, I will email you when that blog post is up, and I will list these 5 tips that I use on a daily basis and the way that I practice every single day to prepare myself for living a very healthy life, not just on the outside, but deep inside cellularly as well, so my body has every opportunity to enter into, even if it's the slightest stages of autophagy, I want to make sure that my body's ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor in case you have any questions or comments. If you are in our June intermittent fasting for today's course, AJ Woman course, and you are here on today's broadcast, please do me a favor and make sure you say hello. I want to make sure that I see you on today's broadcast and give you a big shout out. And for all my graduates, I always love that, knowing that you are here to join us as well. So please make sure you haven't done so yet, you put a comment in the comment section. And if you have any questions about anything I talked about today, I will make sure that I do my best to get them answered for you. I always say, when in doubt, trust what you're doing. I can tell you that I have not practiced multiple day water fasts, and I was able to reverse all of the things that were ailing me as an aging woman, including insulin resistance, pre-diabetic state, and a lot of the cognitive decline that I was suffering from, because I practiced putting my body in a prepared state for autophagy through fasting long, feasting well, training smart, sleeping consistency, and making some very specific mindset shift changes. So I know you can do the same thing. So time and consistency is going to be your best friend when practicing these things for sure. I'm going to go ahead and join you guys on Facebook first. I'll welcome everyone, and then my friends on YouTube hang out. I will jump on over there and welcome all of you as well. And just a reminder for all of you, we are not having a July course. I know that question has been getting asked a lot. We are going to be having an August course. We do have a wait list available. If you want to get on our wait list, I highly recommend that. We'll be sending out some information between now and when we start opening up registration to help prepare you for class as well. So I'm super excited for all of you. Laura, Annie, hello from Alabama. Hope you guys are doing well. I think Alabama's part of that bad weather that was going on this weekend, so I hope you're safe and doing well. Nancy from Austin, welcome. Sue, I'm in the June course, really hoping I don't have to give up my vegan Shakeology IF since May 12th and have lost 14.9 pounds. I don't know why you would have to give it up. I drink it every single day, and it's serving me very well. Laura, Annie, I'm in the current June 2020 class. Oh, super happy to have you guys with us. You're on day 2, I believe, in class. Victoria, checking in here, graduate of March 2020 IF class and currently in the midlife mindset shift course. Victoria, it's good to have you with us. Nancy, in the current course now, awesome. Teresa, great tips. Yeah, girlfriend. And for my midlife mindset shift course, we're going to talk about this when we do our next GKI week. And remember, doing our GKI week is excellent practice for getting your body into different levels of autophagy, because remember, the goal of the GKI is to get that blood glucose low and those ketones high so that we can get that GKI range for healing, and we know how those are all broken down depending on what that GKI number. So we'll be practicing that probably in just a couple of weeks inside the midlife mindset shift course. Lori, girlfriend, it's good to see you as well. And I think that's everyone who left a comment on Facebook.
Teresa, I need some mask.
Oh, Teresa, Michael needs another mask. So I need to get a hold of you on email or phone or something. So Michael needs a mask, and he also needs to get some work shirts for him embroidered. So we got to touch base for sure. So I'll reach out to you maybe tomorrow, or maybe you can reach out to me, and we'll figure out how to get that connected for sure. Sylvia from the Netherlands, welcome, girlfriend. Yvonette from Toledo, Ohio, I'm in your June class, looking forward to shifting my mind to view food differently. Yeah, that's key for sure. And it's just it's a process. And I always say, and I've said it here so many times, that this process of incorporating a new lifestyle and not a diet is a layering process. So the more you see and feel the results of what you're doing, the easier it is to let go and maybe think about things a little differently. And I'm constantly doing that even today after 5 years of this lifestyle. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some time, and then just keep reinforcing the lifestyle that you're going to be learning inside of class, and then allow yourself to just pull back some of those layers the more mature you get with your fasting and your feasting for sure. Jojo, hola. Phaedra, I think it is. Pleased to be here. Good evening. Good evening, girlfriend. Where are you at? Anna, since I've been following you, learned a lot of things that impacted my life, and people see intermittent fasting keto life as a quick fix, and they expect results yesterday. This is a lifestyle, not a diet. Yeah, for sure. It's a healing lifestyle for sure. And so you'll get a quick fix result, and that result will last as long as you're practicing what got you to the result. And that's the one thing I really like to emphasize with all the changes and things that we talk about here, the changes you're incorporating in your life. If you do a thing and you get a result, and then you stop doing the thing, you'll stop getting the result. So this is why we have to create a lifestyle and not a short-term quick fix diet approach, because we know how that works. You stop doing the diet and you stop getting the diet results. This is no different. But what I love about living in intermittent fasting and a keto-like lifestyle and really taking it from the health approach is that you will maintain the results that you get when this just becomes part of who you are. So you are someone who's just practicing this lifestyle and it starts to become ingrained in you. And then the more you see and feel the results, the easier it is to just practice the lifestyle. So it is a process and it does take a little time, and we all ebb and flow our way through it, but you will consistently get the results if you consistently live the lifestyle. That is a fact. Anna, where are my manners? Don't worry about that, girlfriend. March 2020 grad. Thanks for throwing that in there. And Anita, hello, girlfriend. Thanks again for sharing so much helpful information to help us live our most authentic life. Yeah, for sure. You know, and the one thing about autophagy is that it's a funny thing to talk about, because there are definitely people who are hardcore autophagy fact finders, and then there are people that are here in our community. And what I really like you to think about when you think about autophagy is that it is a thing that you can constantly be in prep mode for. And you will reverse the signs of aging with just daily practices of things in moderation. You will heal your body in daily practice of intermittent fasting and a keto-like lifestyle in moderation. When you have to go hardcore into deep levels of healing autophagy is when something happens that your everyday lifestyle can't fix. And the goal of practicing every single day, these 5 things we talked about today, is the hope that those things that we would have to go deep on never surface, because we're constantly chipping away at them. So please understand that you do not have to go to extremes and you do not have to go to desperate measures. It's just consistency over time in moderation, and you will start chipping away at the things that are ailing you, and you will be able to reverse the signs of aging. You will be able to reverse a lot of these metabolic disorders that a lot of us are suffering from. And then if you choose to go deep, to go maybe deeper in those areas, you can totally do that, and you'll be able to do it with ease because you've practiced already, and your body will not be shocked by you going all in. Remember, you cannot run, I don't know of anybody who could run a marathon tomorrow just because they decided they wanted to start running. It takes practice over time. You have to build up stamina and your endurance and prepare your body for race day. And I look at this lifestyle as the same approach I would if I were training for a marathon. I would tackle it every single day, and I would just increase what it is I'm doing in my training as I'm getting closer to the race day. And so think about it in that analogy as well. Anita, always love when you can join us live. Let's see, Suzette, in the midlife mindset shift class, loving it, and current decluttering course. Awesome. I gotta create course names that don't have so many words in it, so it's so much easier for me to say when you guys post about it. Let's see, Simone, in the June class, love it, girlfriend, and I'm glad you're learning so much already. We're just in day 2. Judy from Charlotte, November 2019 grad, good to have you back with us as well. And then Anita, sending warm greetings from the Bahamas. Oh, girlfriend, every time you say that, it makes me jealous that we aren't there. Enjoy those Bahamas for us, for sure. Anybody else pop in here on Facebook, Michael? Teresa, great. I think I did that one already. Okay, cool. Awesome. So remember, you do not have to be an extremist to benefit from autophagy. Daily practice of fasting long, feasting well, training smart, sleeping consistently, and a mindset shift that you can do hard things will allow you to benefit from the practice and the preparation that your body needs to have in the event that you have to resort to deep healing states of autophagy to reverse something that you cannot do on your own. Thank you so much for joining us today, you guys. I will see you back here on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, if you're interested in our future course in August, please make sure that you jump into our waitlist. And for anyone who's looking to join our F3 course, the Fasting, Feasting, Fitness, our Trifecta to Aging Successfully, that link is available for all of you as well. And everyone on my email list, I will make sure that you get the link to the blog post where I also reference some of the places that I did some research about autophagy as well. Have a good afternoon, you guys. I'll see you around.